Hey, day 41. I ended up doing 19 lunches today, which brings me to a total of 438 meals so far. Um, Today I'm very busy and my brain is a little scattered because I feel like I'm swimming a little, which is okay. It's everything is fine, but I have a lot going on. Um, But I've been reminded today and through talking with a friend a couple days ago about what it was like when I first started this project. And I think about how drastically different it was in the very beginning, how different it was for me, how different some of my buddies out there looked, how different their day to day was than it is now. And it's only been, a month and a half or something. So it just a lot has happened in this amount of time. And today I gave to a gentleman this morning. I've given to him before. He's an older gentleman. He keeps himself together very well. He has loafers on and such. Took me a handful of times of seeing him on the parkway before I offered. And he's so quiet and barely looks at me, so I couldn't even tell if he wanted the food or not, like the first three times, including up until yesterday when I'm giving it to him. But he accepts it. But I just like can't even tell pretty much every time if he even wants it or what's. He's very like there's very little communication, which is fine. And it made me think about the beginning when it was so difficult to approach people, and I wasn't sure who to approach or how to approach. I didn't know how people would react. People looked at me, you know, I don't want to say with fear, but with skepticism. Uh, it's been such a process to get to where I am now with these relationships and with my comfortability and with like a lot of the people I give to that are new are people that are friends of other buddies or just talking to other buddies that I know or seeing me give out the food and then they ask for some or something. So even the new people I'm giving to, a lot of them it's kind of networked through people I'm already connected to. And the women and children really I feel I only am able to reach because of who else I know in the neighborhood now. But so this gentleman this morning, uh, yesterday it was the usual, like very little interaction. I'm still not even sure if he wants it, but he takes it. And then today, we had enough physical distance, and he took down his mask a little so I could hear him, and he did want the breakfast. Um, and it was definitely he gave me eye contact and everything. It was very different than our experiences before. And I walked away, and then he called after me and he asked if he could have another for his companion who was on the way or something, and I said of course. um, but that was like a transitional moment I feel in our relationship and our interaction. And since a lot of these buddies now I'm pretty close with, I'm like having still new relationships all the time to develop, and some people just take longer than others to warm up to you. And so yeah, it's cool to think about what this once was and what it is now. But it's a lot of work now, and I guess it's not as hard emotionally maybe every day because I have better days now. Like we have relationships, people are doing a little better, um, but it's a lot of there's so many needs to fill. And even today, for example, I did a breakfast run. I didn't have enough food for everyone. I couldn't even make it over to one of the pockets of the neighborhood because I just didn't have enough food. So I made a second round out, and that second round I came out with some of the other clothing items and stuff like that that people ask for. But I couldn't connect with a couple of them. One lady, I brought her finally a bunch of clothing that I got donated, which was amazing. Thank you, Rabbi Betty or Angel. And but so I'm on my way out with like one bag for this guy, one bag for this guy, a big bag for this lady. And as I'm carrying it to her, another woman stops me and asks for money. And I say, no, but I do have some, like a drink and some food in here. And she said, do you have money for pants? I really need to buy pants. I wet myself. And I gave her some of the pants that I had for the other lady that I was going to bring her. And I've seen this woman once before. She actually got a backpack. Long story that if you revisit my videos, she was gifted a backpack one day. But I haven't seen her in a long time or whatever. So I gave her pants, then made it over to my other lady friend and gave her a bunch of clothes. But I couldn't find a couple of the guys that I brought out gear for. So it's like a lot to carry it all over town and not even be able to find them, and then have to bring it home, and I'm going to try again tomorrow. And then I went on a breakfast run, and then for the lunch run, I didn't even have time to make sandwiches, so I prepared the rest of the bags, and I bought sandwiches at the bodega for the guys and like took their orders for one crew, in this one location. And even that was like kind of a production and took forever. But so I'm not anywhere near done with my work for the day, and it's late into the evening, and there's a lot more to do. So it's cool. I'm happy to do it, but it has really grown since the beginning. Yeah, so I have too much to say, so I'm gonna cut it off there, and I may do a little bit of like a PSA, because there are a couple things that I notice out here that are super frustrating, like food that's left on the sidewalk or benches or something that's good food that then goes to waste and goes in the trash because it's not given to anybody and actually connected to a human. And there's too many examples of things like that, and I have photos and such. I just think one day I need to share that and explain help is great, but if it doesn't actually help someone or connect with someone, that it kind of doesn't count, and it's a waste of resources. And I struggle really hard to get these resources, so when I see them wasted because somebody didn't take the time to connect with someone, or it's very frustrating for me and for the people who are hungry and need the clothes that are now ruined on the street. Anyway, but I'll follow up on that in a separate post maybe. So thanks again for all your help, especially the recent clothing donations. It's super dope. And yeah, sorry, that's it. Be well, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow.